Could be worse for Sussex. Netflix follows Spotify to completely cut off Meghan and Harry. As if being disowned were not bad enough, Spotify decided to pull the plug on Harry and Meghan Markle. And now the news is coming out that Netflix is about to follow suit. Now, in business, contracts are won and they're also lost. This is what business is all about. But it's the way the contracts are canceled that can cause major problems. Now, Meghan has just hired the talent agency WME to represent her. They're going to have to work so hard if they expect to follow the brief that she gave to Sunshine Sachs. I want you to repair and rebuild my damaged image. Yeah, good luck with that. I'm sure Meghan did not enjoy reading those comments from the Spotify executive Bill Simmons. He ranted in a pretty extraordinary outburst. He said they should have launched a podcast about the two of them being grifters. Whew, I'm guessing she's not going to send him a Christmas card. As if her reputation wasn't already ruined, that made it even worse. WME is not going to know what to do with all of this. They're going to be having one eye on the next invoice they're going to be sending Meghan, though. And maybe that one eye is going to be shedding a single tear, but it's not because they're sad, it's because they're overjoyed, because you know what? It means even more money from those con artists to swell WME's bank account. Netflix has been watching this entire drama unfold. Already, the executives at Netflix are being critical. Meghan and Harry are under so much pressure to come up with some better ideas after the executives were not very impressed by their plans. The Wall Street Journal has stepped in with a cutting remark: big ideas, subpar execution. Couldn't have said it better myself. I'm sure the Royals and Sunshine Sachs and Pierce Morgan, the NYPD, and also Scooby-Doo are going to be feeling pretty happy right now, and they're going to be feeling Meghan's pain, but she is going to be infuriated. Her pitiful attempt to join the House of Dior failed, and I think other major brands are going to be reading Spotify's comments. I don't think they're going to want to have anything to do with her either. As I understand it, WME is a pretty powerful agency. Now, if they can't stop negative press like the Spotify grifters comments and the global Bimbo Gate cover and article, then you know what? Something bigger than them is happening behind the scenes. I hope that they're upset right now that they're stuck in a contract with this horrible, unpopular woman. And they may try to do some PR spin, but that's coming too late. So the Spotify boss already spouted off, and their job was not to prevent him from speaking, but to minimize the damage. They can try a few different things, like releasing information about his drinking and his lack of credibility, or they can try to come up with replacement stories, like arranging for Meghan to go to a hospital and hold some dying infant or something like that, but I don't think it's going to work. So the idea is going to be to keep Meghan's name in the news, and then maybe somehow that's going to turn into money, but I think that's where they're going to face some problems, because Meghan is unpopular. She's got to milk that victim narrative very hard. Maybe she and that Jada Pinkett could team up, and they can create a bunch of stories about victimized women. So Ari is the guy who signed Meghan Markle. Maybe he didn't know how much she was despised by everybody around the world before he signed her. But his most important job is going to be to prevent Meghan, who is addicted to photo ops, to stop with her BS PR machine and stop making up these situations like that fake New York City car chase or the backridge shoots that she obviously hires, and Meghan's pathological tendency to manufacture deals like that Dior contract, for example. All this has happened since she signed with them. Maybe he's already getting tired of her. Meghan is just so incredibly self-destructive. He might not be able to stop her. And honestly, I don't believe this milking the victim narrative is really going to work for her. She needs to lay low. She needs to vanish for at least a year before he can do anything, if there's anything left to be done, that is. It could be too late. And I do not believe that Meghan has the patience or the emotional maturity to shut her mouth. Nobody will want anything to do with her, especially if Netflix drops her and follows Spotify's lead by calling her everything she really is. WME has to understand they have an uphill battle they're facing. But from Meghan's perspective, it's going to be all Harry's fault, of course. She's going to tell everybody that marrying this dim-witted prince was a huge mistake. She believed that she would be living this luxurious lifestyle, partying with VIPs, attending A-lister parties, and wearing tiaras and designer clothes, all for free. Meghan believed that when she returned to the US, she was going to be the queen of Hollywood, and directors would be knocking down their door to offer her work. But they're not that dumb. Now, it could have been living a lavish lifestyle, but Meghan believed she had a better plan, and obviously it's failed. She really is an idiot. It was all an opportunity for Meghan. She did not marry for love, she only married for opportunity. And the way she spun that opportunity is just so strange. Now, I still suspect that Meghan signing on with William Morris was all part of the divorce settlement. But what if the signing with WME was a distraction tactic to get Meghan to disband Scooby Doo and her PR team and to loosen up Harry a little bit? Either way, I think she's been played. But it's been a long time coming. I mean, just look at the negative energy she puts out. Of course, that's going to hit her back tenfold. And I don't believe William Morris is going to hang around very long for this mess. Taking on a client who generates such negative press is a huge risk. They've got the reputation of their other clients to consider, plus their own as a business. Another thing is that with all the court cases that Harry is involved in right now, soon enough he's going to go bankrupt if he loses them. It seems to me that after Meghan got away with committing perjury and eventually winning that case against the MOS, she and Harry are suing organizations in the misguided understanding that they're going to win a lot of money, enabling them to top up their rapidly dwindling bank accounts. I do hope that the royal family releases all the information about the skeletons in Meghan's closet. Unless this guy Simmons did not know that they were done for, he probably wouldn't have spoken out. Either that, or maybe he's just brave enough to not care. I wish there were more people out there like him. Netflix could have a pretty good time telling stories about Meghan and Harry, I'm sure. But I don't feel sorry for Netflix or Spotify or Penguin Random House or any other corporation that believed that by signing up the two of them, they would be getting some rich and fertile royal dirt. That's what they really wanted after all. And they didn't, because every time the two of them tried to go after the royals, the people fought back. And the royals, they made their silent little retorts in their own way, like the time all the women wore the same color. Now, Netflix and Spotify got burned, but it's their own fault. They should never have gotten involved with those two. And they underestimated global affection for the royal family. In the end, all they got was a bunch of whining, a bunch of lies, and backlash over unauthorized photos in royal buildings. There is no way that WME can save Meghan and Harry. They are damaged beyond belief, both in the UK and in the US. It certainly is an uphill battle. They worked a single hour per week last year for their charity. My goodness. I mean, their own charity is the base of everything they claim to stand for. Both of them are so lazy and work shy and untalented, and they're too dumb to do anything without somebody leading them by the nose. They have to be the laziest con artists to ever exist. The best thing the two of them could do is just lay low, just disappear from public view. Perhaps they can do some real charitable work with orphanages and underprivileged kids. Give to the people in need, like the hungry and the homeless. You know, the things that will actually teach somebody humility and grace. But they'll never do that because they're too narcissistic and too foolish. And you, do you agree with me? Please tell me your opinion below in the comments. If you think my video is useful, please remember to like and share it with your friends and family who would enjoy it too. And don't be afraid to click the subscribe button to get more updates in the future. Thank you so much for tuning in, have a lovely weekend, and we'll be back to see you all tomorrow.